Welcome back to the Garden of Wonder Garden. Have you ever looked at your orchid pots and sighed because they dropped their flowers, withered roots, and seemed impossible to recover? Many people would throw them away immediately. But in fact, with just a little patience and the right care, these orchids can completely revive, even stronger than before. In today's video, I will share with you an extremely simple method, but bringing surprising effectiveness. The special thing is that we will only use familiar ingredients available in the kitchen, combined with a few basic care steps. Yet, that is enough to awaken life in orchids that seemed exhausted, helping them sprout new roots, turn green again, and continue the journey of blooming brilliantly. Let's get started. When caring for orchids, surely all of us have encountered plants with yellowing leaves or even rotting ones. Don't be discouraged or throw them away just yet, because first, we need to carefully check the plant's condition. Usually, these orchids have been attacked by fungi and bacteria, and if kept together with other healthy plants, the risk of spreading is very high. Next, we need to carefully treat the plant's leaves. Any leaves that have turned yellow, wilted, or become mushy must be removed immediately. Looking closely, you'll notice that although the upper part of this orchid has lost its natural leaf bloom and the top has rotted, the base and roots still retain a fresh green color and valuable vitality. This healthy section will be the crucial starting point for our recovery work. Next, since this orchid was planted in moss, this is actually one of the reasons why the plant retained too much moisture, leading to stem and root rot. Therefore, the first thing we need to do is completely remove the old moss clinging around the roots and base of the plant. Moss has a strong ability to retain water, and if we don't get rid of this growing medium, the plant will easily become waterlogged, creating favorable conditions for fungal diseases to develop. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. Use sterilized pruning shears to cut off all the rotten, damaged roots that can no longer absorb water. Removing these rotten roots will help prevent fungal diseases from spreading further. At the same time, any stems or leaves that have dried out or rotted should also be trimmed away, keeping only the fresh, healthy parts of the plant. After removing all the infected roots, stems, and leaves, I will rinse the entire base of the orchid with clean water. This washing process helps eliminate any remaining traces of fungi, bacteria, or dirt clinging to the plant. At the same time, it also makes the base more ventilated, reduces the risk of reinfection, and creates favorable conditions for the next treatment steps. Make sure to subscribe to Great Garden so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos filled with simple, natural, and highly effective tips for caring for your orchids. Hit the notification bell to stay updated. After rinsing, let the plant air dry naturally. Allowing it to dry helps the cut areas on the roots and stem to heal completely, minimizing the risk of fungal and bacterial infection. For orchids we care for at home, preventing fungal diseases is extremely important. Baking soda is a very simple ingredient, readily available in your kitchen that you can use. It has natural antifungal properties that help protect the plant while also creating favorable conditions for the orchid to grow stronger and healthier. You just need to add about 1 teaspoon of baking soda to 1 liter of water at room temperature. Baking soda dissolves easily, and with a gentle stir, you'll have a safe and effective antifungal solution for your orchids. Once the base of the orchid has completely dried, I will soak it in the baking soda solution we just prepared. I'll leave it in for 20 minutes. This step helps eliminate any remaining fungal spores while creating a protective layer that prevents reinfection. Soaking the orchid base in a natural antifungal solution like this provides a cleaner and safer environment for new roots to develop. Don't throw away the remaining baking soda solution, because we can definitely reuse it to care for other orchids in the garden. I usually take a soft cloth, dip it into the solution, and gently wipe the surface of the orchid leaves. This method helps remove long accumulated dust, keeping the leaves clean and glossy. Be sure to clean both sides of the leaves, as the underside often harbors fungi and hidden insects. Regular cleaning improves leaf ventilation, enhances photosynthesis, and helps the plant grow faster and healthier. After wiping the leaves, don't forget to make use of the remaining baking soda solution by applying it directly to the base of the orchid. This practice helps keep the growing medium clean, reduces the risk of fungal infections, and also provides additional nutrients for the roots. Regular application of this solution creates a healthier environment for the plant, promoting stronger root development and overall growth. I recommend repeating this process consistently every 15 days to maintain optimal plant health. After soaking for about 20 minutes, I gently take the orchid out of the solution. By this time, the roots have absorbed the necessary nutrients. Next, I use a soft cotton pad or clean cloth to gently blot any remaining water from the roots. This step is very important because it helps the roots stay dry, reducing the risk of prolonged moisture that can cause root rot, while creating the best conditions for the orchid to enter the recovery stage and develop new roots. To replant this orchid, I choose a plastic pot with multiple drainage holes at the bottom. This is an important factor to ensure the roots remain well ventilated and to prevent water from accumulating, which could lead to root rot. I gently place the plant in the center of the pot, then carefully fill in layers of pine bark around the roots. When doing this, it's important to work slowly and carefully to avoid damaging the new roots that are in the process of recovering. Next, I use finely crushed, properly sterilized pine bark as the growing medium for the plant. Pine bark not only provides good aeration, but also retains moderate moisture, creating an ideal environment for new roots to develop. Finally, make sure the orchid stands firmly in the pot, with its roots adequately surrounded by the pine bark while still maintaining the necessary airflow. Once the plant is stable and secure in the pot, I cover the surface of the growing medium with a thin layer of moss. This moss helps retain moisture in the pot and slows down rapid water evaporation, especially on hot days. Moreover, the moss acts like a protective layer, helping maintain a balanced humidity within the growing environment and creating favorable conditions for the new roots to continue developing healthily. Finally, to protect the cuts on the stem, I apply a small amount of cinnamon powder directly onto the wounds. Cinnamon has strong natural antibacterial properties, helping prevent fungi and bacteria from entering. After completing all the care steps, note that you should not water the plant for the first 5 days. During this time, place the orchid in a well-ventilated, shaded area with gentle light. These conditions are ideal for the plant to gradually stabilize, adapt to its new environment, and prepare for healthy root growth and recovery. After 5 days, if you drink coffee, don't throw away the used coffee grounds. Today I'll use them to care for the orchid during its initial recovery stage. I'll take about 1 tablespoon of coffee grounds, as they contain valuable nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, and magnesium, which are very beneficial for the growth of roots and leaves. We'll mix the coffee grounds with 1 liter of warm water to create a nutrient-rich solution for soaking the roots, helping the plant absorb nutrients and recover faster. Cover it and let it sit until the coffee water cools completely. Once the water has cooled, I strain out the coffee grounds, keeping only the extracted liquid. I then pour this coffee solution directly onto the base of the orchid that was planted 5 days ago. This provides nutrients to promote recovery while creating a natural protective layer against harmful fungi and bacteria. Don't throw away the remaining coffee solution. Instead, pour it into a spray bottle and use it to care for other orchids in your garden, applying it about once every 14 days. Regular use of this nutrient-rich spray not only supplies essential minerals directly to the plants, but also strengthens their natural defenses against pests and diseases. Over time, this practice helps your orchids grow more vigorously, develop healthier leaves and roots, and maintain overall resilience and vitality. After soaking the roots, gently take the plant out of the solution and use a spray bottle to mist it once a week. Make sure to spray just enough so that the growing medium and roots remain slightly damp, providing moisture without waterlogging them. Overwatering can easily lead to root rot, so it's important to maintain a light, even humidity. Finally, I cover the orchid with any transparent lid that has ventilation holes and place it in a dry, well-ventilated area with gentle light. This setup helps the leaves carry out photosynthesis effectively, promotes faster growth of new roots, and keeps the plant healthy and vibrant. Results after 3 weeks. You can see that this orchid has already produced a new shoot right next to its base. Coffee truly serves as an excellent source of nutrients, helping your orchids revive and grow vigorously. The new roots are growing steadily, plump, and healthy, ready to absorb water and nutrients more efficiently. This method is very simple and easy to do at home, yet it delivers remarkable results, especially for orchids that are left with only their base like this one. During the recovery period, we will continue to make use of coffee grounds, but only about half a teaspoon at a time. Mix these coffee grounds into 500 milliliters of water and stir well to dissolve the nutrients. Coffee grounds provide abundant minerals and natural stimulants that help new roots grow quickly and healthily, while also preventing fungi and insects from attacking the plant. After dissolving, strain out the grounds, keeping only the liquid solution. Pour a small amount of this solution into a spray bottle and mist it directly onto the orchid, focusing on the new roots and young leaves. Apply this method every 2 weeks to maintain nutrients and vitality for the plant. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After spraying, remember to shield or protect the new roots, as they are still very small and delicate. I pour the remaining solution directly onto the plant's pot, ensuring that it reaches the base and the root zone. This provides a continuous supply of nutrients to support the growth of both new roots and leaves. Regularly applying the solution in this way helps maintain a healthy, nutrient-rich environment in the pot, promoting steady recovery and overall vigor for the orchid. Finally, place the lid back on and keep the orchid in a well-ventilated area with indirect light. After 3 months, your orchid has now grown into a larger, plump, and healthy plant. The roots have developed well, firmly anchoring into the growing medium, ready to nourish the leaves and flowers. If you continue to care for your orchid using this method, it will remain vibrant, produce roots consistently, and be prepared for beautiful blooms in the future. Keep nurturing your plant with love and patience, and you will be rewarded with wonderful results. Watching your orchid garden flourish, full of color, vitality, and life. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, don't forget to hit like to support the channel. Share the video so that more people can learn how to care for orchids and revive weak plants. And don't forget to subscribe to Great Garden to catch more videos with natural, simple, yet highly effective orchid care tips. Hello, I'm so happy to see you again here on the Great Garden channel, my dear friends. All of us want our orchids to have plenty of flower buds, with blooms that are vibrant, beautiful, and long-lasting. To keep orchids healthy, lush, and full of new shoots, today I'm going to share with you a very simple method. This method helps orchids grow faster, and their root system will become incredibly strong. First, do not fertilize the plant for 1 month. If the roots remain firm and plump, it means the orchid is still healthy, with vibrant green leaves. Next, fill the pot with clean water and soak the orchid for about 1 hour. During this time, the roots gradually absorb moisture, regain the necessary hydration, and turn a fresh green color, indicating that the plant has been properly rehydrated. This is an important step to restore vitality before moving on to the next stages of care. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. Do the same with your other orchids. With proper care from the very beginning, all of your orchids will recover quickly and continue to grow lush and strong. If the potting medium becomes too dry, soak the orchid's base in water for about 2 hours. This process allows the roots to rehydrate, becoming plump and more flexible. Once they have absorbed enough moisture, the plant will be able to take in fertilizer and nutrients more effectively, supporting its recovery and growth. If you find this tip helpful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Great Garden channel. That way, you won't miss any of my upcoming orchid care tips. After about 2 hours of soaking, the orchid has absorbed enough water. At this point, you'll notice the roots becoming plumper and turning a fresh green color. Take the pot out and let it drain. One of the main reasons why orchids fail to thrive is the accumulation of fertilizer residues in the growing medium. Over time, these residues stop being beneficial, and instead damage the roots, causing root burn and weakening the plant. They also degrade the potting mix, which further hinders the orchid's growth and flowering. At this stage, we prepare a garlic bulb and peel off the outer skin. Next, slice the peeled garlic into thin pieces. When cut, the active compounds in garlic are released more effectively, maximizing its antibacterial properties and helping to prevent fungal infections in orchids. Next, pour vinegar into the bowl until it fully covers the sliced garlic. When vinegar combines with garlic, the nutrients and antibacterial compounds are activated more strongly, multiplying their effectiveness. This mixture not only prevents fungi, but also lasts for a long time without spoiling. It becomes a very useful natural solution for orchid care. Cover it tightly. Place it in a cool, airy spot for 2 days. Use 1 liter of water. After 2 days, just use a small spoonful and mix it with water. The remaining mixture can be stored for later use. Use this solution to gently wipe the orchid leaves. Not only will it help keep the leaves clean and shiny, but it will also create a natural barrier against pests and harmful insects. By doing this regularly, the plant's metabolism is boosted, allowing it to absorb nutrients more effectively and grow with greater vitality. When the leaves are clean and well ventilated, the stomata can function more effectively, helping the plant breathe and photosynthesize better. In addition, the solution has natural antibacterial properties, repels insects, and reduces the risk of yellow spots or rot on the leaves. In the long run, maintaining the habit of regularly wiping the leaves will keep the orchid green, shiny, and healthy, with strong roots and enough energy to produce vibrant and long-lasting flowers. I introduced the method of propagating small orchids by flower branches. Use a cotton pad soaked in the solution and gently place it on the unopened flower node. This will help stimulate the growth of a kiki. When watering orchids, you should water directly at the base so that the roots can evenly absorb the moisture. Be careful not to let water collect in the crown or between the leaves, as this can easily cause rot. The best method is to water slowly until the growing medium is evenly moist, and then allow the excess water to drain out completely. The roots are provided with sufficient moisture while still ensuring proper air circulation, preventing waterlogging. Watering in this correct way helps orchids maintain stable humidity, supports nutrient absorption, and at the same time stimulates strong root growth. You will notice that the leaves remain glossy and firm. The plant becomes healthier, and it has enough energy to produce more vibrant and long-lasting flower spikes. You can also put the mixture into a spray bottle and mist the whole plant once a month, in the early morning or late afternoon. Spray both the top and underside of the leaves for the best absorption. This method provides moisture, adds potassium to boost flower spikes, and keeps leaves fresh and green. With regular care, your orchid will adapt well to weather changes, grow stronger roots, and bloom with vibrant, long-lasting flowers. Use a cotton pad dipped in the solution to gently wipe both sides of the leaves. This keeps them clean, shiny, and protected from pests and bacteria. With clear stomata, orchids breathe and photosynthesize better, roots grow stronger, and leaves stay firm and green. Over time, the plant remains healthy and produces vibrant, long-lasting blooms. Misting care for keiki and nurturing over a 3-week period. After about 3 weeks, the keiki begins to sprout tiny new shoots. This is the first sign that the young plant has adapted well and started to grow. Although the fresh green shoots are still small, they form the foundation for the keiki to develop strongly in the future. After another 2 months, the keiki continues to thrive with greener leaves. With proper care, it will soon be ready to develop into a healthy orchid capable of producing beautiful blooms in the future. Maintain regular watering at the base, slowly and moderately, to keep the medium moist but not waterlogged. This provides young roots with the right environment to grow, supports nutrient absorption, and helps the seedling thrive with strong, healthy green leaves. After 1 year of consistent care, the young orchid has maintained steady growth. Its roots have become large, strong, and firmly attached to the growing medium. The leaves are healthy, lush green, smooth, and glossy, showing that the plant is absorbing nutrients well and thriving. I hope this method will be helpful for you. Your orchids will grow healthier, greener, with more flower spikes and stronger roots. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you won't miss any new videos. Goodbye, and see you next time. Wishing you all great success with your orchids.